No, I'll allow you just take your view on the Carabao Cup final. What do you think went wrong? Do you have issues with the choice of players that's you know
Well, I mean,
Choice of keeper.
choice of keeper
I
is that
mean, it's just keeping that's the main thing, right? I mean, looking at that, I don't think personally the why we lost the game was because of Kepa. He made a mistake, but I don't think that's why Arsenal lost that game. Arsenal lost that game because of, I guess, our tactics. Again, Kepa's weakness is also shown through because the fact that he couldn't pass the ball properly. What Man City did, they just lined up their four attacking players, and close to Arsenal's box. They were not attacking. They were not attacking Kepa. They just left the guy with the ball because they knew he couldn't do much with the ball, which was quite shocking to see. Right, they couldn't do much with the ball, so he couldn't even pass it above them. Because passing it above them would mean getting it to a Man City defender, who would then pass it to a Man City midfielder. And Rodri and what's his name, Bernardo Silva were really good on the day. Like they had one of the best games that they could ever have together. That's the reason why I think so. It wasn't Kepa. Yes, he made a mistake that left the first goal, but that first goal came because Arsenal was being attacked. We were just at the edge of our boxes, trying to prevent them from scoring. But Man City, you know what they do. They will look for a way.
yeah.
So again, it's a combination of the tactics that I decided to go with, making the players defend a bit more. Secondly, Hincapié already got the yellow card in the first half. I didn't when I saw him coming for the second half, I was very surprised him coming for the second half. I was like, why not bring in Calafari, right? Because clearly he was being troubled by Semenyo on the right, and Czech was was already coming there to come and support him because he knew that there was a problem there, right? So I expected to have taken out Hincapié immediately after the first half. I mean, he survived first half. You couldn't have let him come back for the second because the two crosses that led to the goal came from that right wing, right? So you could have taken him out, and then the so I mean we saw the signs in the first half. The first 20 minutes of the game was good. Arsenal attacked very well in the first 20 minutes. We got chances to score. Havertz could have scored. Saka could have scored, but that didn't happen. And then by the time we got to 30, 40 minutes, then passes now came alive. He started pressing us. So when I saw that happen, I was a bit worried. And then when the second half started, the same thing continued. I'm like, how come I didn't change something at that point in time? But I brought in someone else, who can, help Hincapié or taking out Hincapié one. Maybe brought in. I mean, I didn't throw it all out. Bring in Max Gaman or something. Take out somebody who can, bring someone who can run with the ball, or tell Havertz to play a different role in the game. Play that be more in the midfield and help to move the ball around a bit more, which I know he can do to an extent. I mean, not as good as Eze or Odegaard, but at least he can try, right? So it was a mixture of those sort of things that made us lose that game, and it was quite a pain to see that. That had no response. Yes, I know we're missing some key players, Eze and Odegaard. I mean, two of your most creative players were not on the pitch, to be fair, right? So missing them too is a big loss. But we have people who could have done that role and done it so well. When Madueke came, he made a good impact, better than Saka was doing when he was on that right wing for Arsenal. So could they have changed it up a bit earlier, bring him, or started Madueke, for example, put Saka in the
So
middle.
Madueke is injured. I saw him on
Yeah,
like
no, and it was
many
even after
matches.
that game, but before the game, he
Yeah, he
wasn't
was
injured.
injured. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, so could they have put Saka on the middle, to play the middle and then put Madueke on the wings? Look for something, just done something different. Could they have rested, they kept Havertz off on the bench for now, let Saka start in the middle and then bring him out later or something. So, or taking Joker at some point and brought in, Jesus earlier or brought in. I, so I felt like the tactics didn't really help us, right? And that's where I felt that we fell short. Not a lot of people saying Kepa was a problem. I don't think Kepa was a problem. Yes, he made a mistake, which could happen to anybody. Raya too has made some mistakes in some games as well that led to goals. Let's face it, even this season too.
Yeah.
So saying that Kepa because he made a mistake lost the game is not fair to Kepa. Because to be fair, he brought us this finals competition. We played them. Was it Newcastle we played already? No, not Newcastle. We played Chelsea, home and away, the Carabao Cup. Kepa was the one in goal, right? And
Yeah.
just have some very good players as well who can hurt you any day. So saying Kepa was a problem, I don't think that is fair. It's just the fact that we just didn't turn up properly on the day, which is a shame because for this title, we've not won a title since 2020. So we waited this long to win a title, and you get the finals and you put that kind of performance, which was quite disappointing from both Arsenal, the players, and the title. But again, looking at the bigger picture, is Man City you're playing. You're not talking about a party. Man City is a good side any day. Guardiola is the best, one of the best in the world currently. On current rating, is actually the best. He won the most number of trophies, 40 trophies in his career.
Yeah.
19 Man City currently. So he's done. He's a good. He knows how to change a game, right? He knows what to do. He knows the tactics. Yes, maybe a few times he's not got it right in some games, but that game showed the class that Guardiola has. It was a class performance from Man City.